Question 3, a tank can be filled up using tab A or tab B, N or tab B, and if only tab A is used, the tank is filled up in X minutes. So they want you to find an expression in terms of X for the fraction of the tank filled up by only tab A in 1 minute. So it's not, it looks a bit complicated, actually it's not. You can just say that, okay, so for the tank, like how many tanks is filled up in like how many minutes? So like one full tank, right? This is for tab A. Okay, this is for tab A. One full tank can be filled up in X minutes. And now they're asking you in 1 minute, how much of the tank can be filled up? So they're directly proportionate, right? So the bigger the tank is, the more minutes you have, right? So this is divided by X to get 1. So this one you just divide by X as well, 1 over X. And now, if only tab B is used, it's 12 minutes less to fill up the tank. So now for tab B, it fills up one tank, 12 minutes less. So it's just X minus 12. And so same thing, if you want 1 minute, you just divide by X minus 12. You divide by X minus 12. 1 over X minus 12. There you go. Alright, part C, when both tab A and tab B are used together, half the tank can be filled up in 7.2 minutes. That's cool. So I already wrote down tab A fills up 1 over X tank in 1 minute. Tab B fills up 1 over X minus 12 tanks in 1 minute. So now let's see, okay, in 7.2 minutes, how much can tab A fill up in 7.2 minutes? It will simply be 7.2 times 1 over X, right? Because 1 over X tank is for 1 minute. Now you have 7.2 minutes. Tab A will contribute to this much of the tank. And how much will tab B, because these together, how much will tab B fill up? It's simply 7.2 minutes times 1 over X minus 12. Yeah. And so if that was a bit fast, then you can just say that, okay, 1 over X tank in 1 minute, this is for tab A. And so for 7.2 minutes, how much of the tank is it filled up? It's just 7.2 times 1 over X. Yeah, so it's something like that. And so when you have this, how much of the tank is filled up? Half. Right, so tab A will fill up this much of the tank in 7.2 minutes. Tab B will fill up this much of the tank in 7.2 minutes. And you add them together because you're using them together. And after 7.2 minutes, you fill up half the tank. So that's where we start. And then we manipulate algebraically to get this. Yep. So the rest is algebra. So 7.2 over X plus 7.2 over X minus 12. Alright, and so let's just try multiply by X. We're going to make all the denominators the same. So I multiply by X. The half I'm going to leave it for now because I can combine the left side first. You will see how it works. 7.2 plus 7.2 X over X. This is half. Now we can cross multiply. Or maybe let's simplify a little bit first so it's not so confusing. So that will be 7.2x minus 7.2 times 12, 86.4, and then plus 7.2x over x equals to half. Okay, and so this gives me 14.4x minus 86.4. Okay, now we can cross multiply in a more cleaner fashion, and this is 2 x. Yep, and so we just keep going. This is 28.8x, right? Minus, and this gives me 172.8. is equals to x squared minus 12x. Cool, okay, so let's move everything to one side. So to the right side, x squared minus 12x minus 28.8x plus 172.8 equals 0. Yeah, I'm negative become positive. I'm moving over. Positive becomes negative. Move it over. All right, and then let's just continue to simplify. So 12, negative 12 minus 28.8, that is negative 40.8x. Okay, and so we want to land on this, what, 5x squared. You know what? Let's just multiply everything by 5. Because 0 times 5, it's still 0. Right? So this is still going to give me 0. 0 times 5 is 0. Everything on the right hand side, let's multiply by 5. So we get 5x squared. How do I know? Because over here it says 5x squared. And I'm at x squared, so just multiply by 5. And so we see a 40.8 multiplied by 5. Oh wow, 204x. And then we see 172.8. If you multiply by 5, then you'll see you get the number you want. Shown. That's how you do it. Alright, now they ask you to solve it. Many ways to solve it, but I would say the easiest, most foolproof method, quadratic formula. As long as you memorize it correctly, it should be fine. Where A is 5, right? A is 5. Let's color code that. So A is going to be 5. B, the sign you take the sign into account. B is negative this, and C, take the sign 864. Then substitute in. Negative B, remember the sign, B squared minus 4 A C 864. Square root covers the whole thing over 2A. And now all you have to do is key that into a calculator. Remember the plus minus, and you'll see that x equals to either 36 or x equals to 4.8. And now they say, okay, calculate the fraction of the tank filled by tab B only in 15 minutes. That's a very interesting question, because for tab B, we saw that it fills up 1 over x minus 12 tanks in 1 minute. Let's just write that again. Fills up 1 over x minus 12 tank in 1 minute. And so in 15 minutes, it's going to fill up, it's going to fill up 15 times 1 over x minus 12 tanks. And so let's look. If x was 4.8, you can see that this will give me a negative number, right? 4.8 minus 12. Negative number times 15, still negative. And that doesn't make sense. The fraction of the tank is a negative number. It doesn't make sense. So we are going to reject this, because the amount of the tank cannot be negative. So x must be 36. So we're going to say this is equal to 15 times 1 over 36 minus 12. Yep. And then you see that this will give you 5 over 8, a tank. 15 minutes, tab B only can fill up 5 over 8 tanks.